What is this, Lady Ada?
Hi, everybody. It's me, Lady Ada, broadcasting live from the Adafruit factory in downtown Manhattan. With me, Mr. Lady Ada.
Hi.
On camera control. We got an exciting show for you tonight with all sorts of people from around the world coming by, showing off their crafting, 3D printing, soldering, electronics, glue projects, and more. We're going to kick it off with Kattni, and then we're going to go to everybody else. So when we call on you, please unmute your mic, share your project for 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll keep moving along. Kattni has her overhead working. Nice work. Yay.
Ta-da.
You're doing great.
All right. So what I have going on here today is a couple clue demos. The first one is a temperature and humidity sensor that's, it's a monitor rather, that you can set with ranges. And if it drops below the range, it turns blue, which you can see here, the humidity is below the range. I can very quickly pop it back into range and far out of it. When it goes above the range, which hopefully it gets there eventually.
Yes, sweaty fingers.
It's ridiculous. I can't even get near it without causing it to do this.
Yeah.
So when it goes above the range, the font turns red. It's not cooperating today.
We believe you. You don't have sweaty enough fingers.
No, I know, not today. So anyway, so this is, and also you have a customizable audible alarm, which I did not turn on, but it will beep at you when it goes above or below the range, so you can keep where it goes.
It goes red. Too cold, too humid.
Yep. So you can keep your environment super happy and comfortable for you, and you'll know exactly when it drops out of your comfort zone, and have it displayed for you and make it all happy. And I have another demo here, which is a spirit level. And as you move the board, the red bubble floats to the top.
So you know if you're nice and even.
Exactly. And if you can try and keep your board perfectly level, which is not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
It's a fun game. This actually was, I remember like when I was a kid, I had a little game that was basically this. It was a marble in like a little container, and you had to keep it.
Yeah. I actually left this one plugged in just to fidget with it when I was working on other stuff.
Well, that looks great. I like how it updates so fast, but you can see the red ball and you have multiple colors for the rings. That's
Yep.
a nice spirit level there. Thank
you. And be working on more clue demos. There's also a height calculator on the clue guide as well, but I only have 2 clues, so there's only 2 demos today. And we'll be working on more.
Yep.
So keep an eye out for those.
Coming soon.
All right. Thank you so much, Kattni.
Thanks, Kattni.
Yep, you're welcome.
Okay, next up, Melissa, you want to go next?
Yes. Let's see here. Okay. So I have a clue board here, and I have a little demo on this other computer, just because on my main computer, the serial port seems to freeze up for some reason. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect it.
Okay.
And I have it. So when I move the board, you can see the little rabbit is moving.
There's the bunny moving around. All right. So what is that? Is that written in like processing or Unity? What's going on there?
It is written in JavaScript using Web Serial.
What? You need a web browser?
Exactly. It's running through a web browser. And this is running using quaternions, whereas we could do Euler angles by just changing a selection, but then we have a problem with some gimbal lock when certain axes are aligned.
Yeah.
So quaternions are better.
Quaternions are better. There's 4 of them. There's one better than Euler's, which are 3.
Exactly.
All right. Well, this looks amazing and great work with that. I thought, this is really handy because people have, 9-dot sensor. They're like, I really want to see like what is the motion working, and it's really challenging to do it. But now you just open up a web browser and you just plug it in, and detects the port, and you can have a bunny rabbit.
Yep.
It'll be very handy for people debugging. So nice work, Melissa, making things easier for everyone.
Thanks.
And it's in a new guide too. So people are like, where can I see this? It's in the AHRS sensor orientation guide that it just went live this week. All right, spin that rabbit.
All right.
That poor rabbit's going to get motion sickness. It's like, why are you doing this to me?
You have a little
vomit.
Rabbit vomit.
Vomit comment. All right. Thanks, Melissa. Vomit.js.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Noah and Pedro and their camera.
Hey guys. Hey folks. Yep. got another Clue project here too. So with the release of it and it being at PyCon, where is it? Oh, wrong camera. I gotta show that.
There it is.
We got a little wearable case that we showed off last week, and this time we got the little demo running on there. Control iOS devices, and you can read like Bluetooth sensors, like cadence sensors for your bike, and a heart sensor. So here's a demo that Dylan wrote, where you can like control, like, play, pause, next, control the volume on that.
I love this case because it's like dual use, and I love how it's like a watch.
Yeah. Turn that down a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, lots of little features. This is actually a really fun one. To access the reset button, we have this. Well, I'm triggering everything. Come on. We have this nice little kind of tab that's built into it, so we don't need like an extra bit to reset. You got the bunny ears up here for your lanyard, and we also have some slits here. Maybe folks want to use some different type of strap. And then we have these on the side here. These are Ninja Flex, sort of the cheetah type, so it's a little bit more rigid. Well, not more rigid, but less elastic. So that's really nice. And let's see, what else do we do here? You exposed USB, the stemma connector, and we have a little on and off switch so we can turn it off.
Nice.
What battery do you have in there, Pedro?
It's the 400, but it also fits the 420 and the 350.
Sweet.
Great. Pick your
And-
poison. Or you get an external battery, plug in a battery, and then like put it on the strap. You know, whatever. If you want to use AAA's, that's fine too.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we have the lanyard version here. We have cat news codes on there, doing the slideshow. So you can just use the buttons to go between different slides. So you can have like, where is the?
Where
we didn't
is
put the
where's
my
Minerva?
name. Oh, look, we have X-ray mode.
Yeah,
Oh no,
that's
it's
a
just
fun one. Yeah.
All right. Here's
Great.
Blinka.
Yeah.
Unicorn Blinka.
Probably
Cool.
good.
Here's Blinka.
Yep.
Okay.
So video and all that released through Hangouts. We talk about all the geometry and all that, and the STLs and the editable files. So you can like adjust the size and the parameters for adjusting the wrist bands on there. All
Cool.
in Hangouts. Check it out. And
Yes.
Yeah, we'll play the videos and the speed up tonight
Thanks.
on Ask an Engineer.
Awesome.
All right.
Pedro.
Thank you. All right. Next up, let's check in with Brian. Hey, Brian.
Hello. Oh,
What?
Brian, we can't hear you. So
Okay, we're gonna keep moving, and we'll get back.
I was muted. I was
Oh,
muted.
there you go.
Hear me now?
Alright.
Okay, cool.
Welcome
There's
back.
the cat that just escaped. She
Oh yeah. There's one of three.
sneaky
Yeah.
cat.
So I got a desk full of breakout boards and breadboards and boards of all sorts and bits and pieces. So I don't know that any of these demos are working at this very moment, but I can still show you them nonetheless.
Show him.
Yeah.
So if you switch to my camera, let's
You have to
Yeah, once you
add it.
once you-
nope, my dumb. Here we go. Application. There it goes. Share. Okay.
Okay. There you go.
All right, here we go. So what is this one? This one is the LPS2X. I started putting these labels on them because I make several at a time and you have to be able to tell them apart. This is a new pressure sensor. It's going to be in the store before too long. It's another one by ST. It's another family similar to the way the LPS35 and the LPS33 are very similar and can said to be in a family together. This is one of another family, the LPS2X family. These are not water protected from water, but they are a little bit cheaper. And I think, yeah, they're just really good sensors. There's one other feature they don't have that I forget, but cool, nifty little sensors. Worked on the drivers for that one. So yeah, that should be out too long after we get the boards and whatnot. Let's see, today I was working on this guy right here. So this is the HTS221. It's a temperature and pressure sensor, also by ST. I've been working on the drivers today. Hopefully I'll have that done today. Yeah, it's a nifty little humidity sensor if you want to see how moist the air is around you or tell what the temperature is.
Or your fingers. If you have moist fingers, I
Or
can.
your finger, yeah. That's also an option. Let's see, I think this
Well,
would be, here's another one of me. I was trying to test HTS225 in SPI mode. Didn't quite get it going, but you know, eventually. And then over here, I was working on a tester. So I don't actually have a breakout in it right now, but the breakout sits in here. And we've got a little LED over here that blinks when everything's good. And we're wiring it into the analog ports to test the voltages, And over here, just a couple of signals coming out of it. And then here we've got outputs for the LED and a little buzzer. And I included this thing, very important. Sometimes it's a cutoff for the buzzer, and sometimes it's a toggleable enable, so I can like just shut off the Metro for a little bit when I want it to stop running, and then turn it back on. So yeah, that's my desk.
Nice, full of sensor joy.
Yep.
All right, thank you,
All right,
Brian.
cool. Nice work, Brian. Rocking out those sensors.
Okay, next up, let's go to
JP.
Hello,
Hey,
guys.
JP.
So Bluetooth heart rate monitor stuff continues. We've got a lot of projects that are sort of intertwining, and this one is actually an update that I just published to a previous project. So a couple weeks ago, I did a heart rate monitor. It was on a Feather NRF 52840 with a couple of 7-segment displays. This is the much more self-contained version that's all on a Clue. So Clue's got a display on it. It's got the NRF 52840. It runs CircuitPython. We have a CircuitPython library for that heart rate profile. So it was super, super easy to code this up. I used the Adafruit Clue library, which makes it really fast to work with buttons and the display. So this one, I added some extra features to. So it's reading this heart rate monitor that I have right now on my arm. It's showing me my heart rate. It's showing the target heart rate percentage, and it shows my max heart rate. So the target percentage is derived from the beats per minute and that maximum. So in the other version, you would go into CircuitPython and adjust that. This one, I actually have the buttons set up to change those, so I can add or remove.
Because like 213 is like kind of bonkers, man. Like,
Yeah.
see what's
So-
out. That's exploding.
So I'm able to adjust that a lot. I think I
Bring
have
it down a little bit.
So the cool thing is I can actually change them by 1 digit or by tens if I hold this touch sensor here, the number 2 touch sensor that gives me a little multiplier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to artificially drop this down, and as soon as my current heart rate is over 90%, this is actually going to sound an alarm, and it's going to turn that target code to red to tell me to take a break so I don't expire. So there it goes. Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not hearing the alarm. Yeah, live demo, we're not hearing the alarm, but it normally would alarm. I actually have an on-off for the alarm, so let me test that. Maybe that was it.
I feel like if you use Twitter, you should have to wear one of these, and if you're
Stay calm, yeah,
is up, you have to
Take a break.
you have to get off Twitter.
exactly.
All
Yeah,
right.
so that's my updated version of that. It's kind of cool to be able to do all that right on the Clue. So I'm kind of happy with
Good
what
work.
we've got here.
This is neat, and the neat thing about this is this was really hard or impossible to do with electronics until now. And like
I wouldn't have approached a project like this.
yeah, like it's just like nope, I don't have 2 years
Right.
to waste on Bluetooth.
Right.
Your heart
right.
rate would be so elevated.
Yeah, your heart rate would be elevated too.
But look, you're like 65. You're just you're chilling.
It would be too much. And you wouldn't customize stuff like that. Like if you did find something in the past, it would have done what the manufacturer decided it was going to do. But
Yeah.
you can kind of, for this one, it would be really cool. I don't do this type of heart rate training, but for people who are really into that for triathlons and stuff,
Yeah.
they could set things where there's the 3 zones they're working with. Like there's a lot of lines of text you can work with. You can also make the font smaller. So you could really customize something like this, maybe even use timers on it. So
Yeah, you can have it so it plays a different song based on a heart rate. Like
that's true. Yeah, we can talk back to the
Yeah.
mobile device that's playing your music. So
Yep. all sorts of things.
So that's that. I'll be showing something else tomorrow, though, related to beacons. Not bacon, but maybe, but actually beacons.
Beacon bacon. That's a good idea.
Beacons.
But now I'm hungry, and so come by for that. And if I have one extra second, I wanted to show something. This is we're talking about Stemma, and I have one of our little Stemma breakout boards that's a relay. It's a power relay. And I have it connected up to a Circuit Playground Bluefruit. Now, right now, I'm not using any of the Bluefruit capabilities. I'm just using like a Circuit Playground Express, essentially. I programmed it in CircuitPython. And I have a couple buttons on here. If I put it into its enable mode, it's now going to blink a really bright light every
That's cool.
3 seconds for a second. And this is an AC light. So this little relay board is pretty cool if you want to work with high voltage stuff, DC or AC. The fact that we have this nice little relay built right onto a stemma board means that the connections were super easy. I plugged it in over stemma to alligator clip, and
Nice.
I'll show a close up of that on my show tomorrow. It's actually a little. This is a little look into the future. That's my product pick of the week. So I'm going to show that tomorrow, and I'll have it on my close up camera for people who are interested.
You made it. You used it.
It's pretty cool.
You're on dog food. All right. Thanks, JP.
All right, next up.
Okay, next up, Anne.
Hello, Ann.
Hello, I am working with the clue board, which is in here, which is the brightwearables.com Grace purse. It has a ring of dot star LEDs, and it has a little window here. And normally it's made for a microbit, but there's the clue. And that gives it all kinds of capabilities. The founder of Bright Wearables has done Bluetooth and all kinds of great stuff. I'm currently working on a much simpler guide, which uses the dot stars as a ambilight type thing, and then it uses the clue to change pictures. Let's see, there's
Oh, nice.
Databot and
Nice.
and so you can have your own pictures. It's somewhat similar to the key rings that you used to be able to customize, but it's in a wearable. You can take it around. You can have pictures of your significant other and just bling out. And there will be a guide on this on the Adafruit Learning System in the next week.
Great.
All right, thank you so much, Ann.
Stylish
Thank you.
and blinky.
All right.
So we
next
like.
up, we're gonna go to Liz.
Hey, Liz.
Hello, Liz.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's going on?
So I've been continuing to work on the MIDI stuff, and I've got a mix minus set up with my audio. So tonight we should be able to hear it.
All right.
Okay.
So I've got a triad here, and then
That sounds good.
Ooh, that's nice.
and when I hit the switch, I can control it with this pot instead. And there's also pitch bend. And then with this rotary switch, I can also switch octaves. So it goes down, goes up, and then switch back.
That's cool.
Yay! Thanks, Liz.
So I'll be switching it up to the Grand Central next and getting all the buttons in for all the notes. So
Oh, cool.
that'll be coming up next. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to play all the songs from Clockwork Orange.
Yes.
So, outstanding. All right. Well, keep up the good work. And I think tonight we're playing a sped up video of your Bluetooth synth
Oh, nice.
on
That's awesome.
and Ask an Engineer. So tune in for that, folks.
All right. Thank you, Liz. Okay,
Liz.
next up, you want to go to Boop Game?
Yeah, we're going to go to Boop Game and then we're going to wrap up with Drew and Helen.
Hey, Boop Game.
Hello, Boop Game.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So, first project, I realized the Adafruit
Mm.
Neo Geo Watch
Mm.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
smartwatch. Yeah, and the
Yes.
GPS watch. Yeah, good work.
for my son birthday.
Nice.
That's cool.
He was very happy.
Yeah, that's a nice
Yeah.
gift. Made with love.
Yes. I create 3D printing box
Mm-hmm.
run. So I adapt flora dimension to have a correct
Mm-hmm.
box.
Yep.
Okay, and I follow your tutorial. The next step. Actually, I work on a grasshopper.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Grasshopper.
nice.
Grasshopper.
Oh, ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a 3D printed
3D
grasshopper.
printed grasshopper.
Grasshopper 3D printing, robotic version,
Uh-huh.
and separate to show you. In fact, you have several parts.
Oh, yeah.
Inside.
The body comes off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see.
I will contact you because for motors,
Mm.
for the legs, I use tiny motors, but I'm looking for very tiny um, servo motors, and I didn't find.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a look for.
Yeah.
I
Well,
work. In fact, I work on micro robotics project, and I present you. I speak about some project before. Show
yeah.
you just one.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
I fly sticky bombs in Half-Life games. So now it's integrated in the 3D printing, and I show you.
Oh, look at that.
I integrate the circuit inside.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I work with comment, Esler for the circuit.
Oh, yeah. Isla, they are a European PCB factory.
Yeah, yes. Esler freezing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So for these prototypes, the circuit is that.
Mm.
Show you. Excuse me.
So small.
Very small. Only
Wow. Tiny.
tiny. Only I take tiny for 85.
Uh-huh.
Two resistors and one diode.
All right. These are cool
All right,
projects.
great
Thank
project.
you.
And if
Yes.
you want, email support@adafruit.com and we will send you a sticker for that grasshopper.
Okay, I'm looking for very, very, very tiny servo motors, in fact.
Okay. If
Yeah.
anybody knows of any, post in the comments. I don't, maybe people have ideas that can,
Yeah.
they can help you.
Yes.
And happy birthday to your son.
Okay.
Thank you.
Also, stepper motors, because I know how to code stepper motors. Servo motors, okay, but direct motors, it's too complicated to
Yeah.
code. You have to make a time lapse, etc.
Okay.
Okay, we'll hang out in the chat.
All right. Thanks.
All
Boop.
right.
Okay.
Game.
Good game.
Thanks.
All
Okay.
right.
Drew and Helen,
Drew and Helen.
you have 2 minutes.
You go first. You're
You go.
Okay, so I've been working on this. This is a glove with a microbit inside, which
Ooh.
is radio signaling the y coordinates of the accelerometer to another microbit, which is connected to my computer by serial. Let me see if it'll work. It's a trigger. Oh. You hear that?
Like a theremin, but it's not a theremin.
So
Nice.
thank you. So essentially, this is the prototype of something bigger, which is a gesture-controlled kind of moon cello
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But it works. I want to make one with the Circuit Playground Express as well, with the blue fruit, which I think will be a more elegant solution.
Yeah, you can also Clue will fit right in. You don't even have to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the Clue has the 9 degree of freedom sensor, so you can saw. I mean, Melissa showed off the demo, so you can actually do full orientation, so you can tell if you're twisting. That might be helpful too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out Melissa's the guide that we just made live on application data from the Clue. It's pretty easy. We made it very like you just click and compile it and run it.
We're out of stock on Clues. Yeah, we're out of stock on Clues, but if you email me, I'll send you one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on.
Okay.
Drew.
Yeah, and then I wanted to show. So there's a 13-out board from a company called Cypede. This is the Cypede Max bit, and it has a RISC-V processor on it from a company called Tendrite. So it's a dual-core 400 megahertz RISC-V processor, and it can now actually run Linux. So if I can share my screen here real quick. Hopefully it will see it. So if I pull up here, oh, that's, whatever. It's a little small, but here you can see there's a terminal with it on there. And earlier this week, some people figured out how to get Linux running on it. So it's quite exciting now that we have Linux running on a $13 RISC-V dev board. So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Until now, it was just FPGAs running at like maybe 50 megahertz. So now I think there'll be a lot more people that can get their hands on Linux on RISC-V and start getting it working well. So
cool.
That's pretty exciting.
Yay!
All right, good stuff. And today we had Ben from Hackspace on a show earlier in the day, and we got a sneak preview of the latest Hackspace. Congrats on your article. There's a column in there, and it's called Python on Hardware.
Yeah,
so, it is.
Yeah. And I'm just starting to look at the rest of the magazine, but lots of good articles and more.
It's a great magazine, actually.
It's fantastic, and they're coming to the US. And although I this is show and tell, I still have the little banner that I made for the show today. So I'll tell everybody, you may as well subscribe. /Adafruit. So they're coming
if you subscribe, you might get the first issue.
Yeah, they're coming to the US, and you know, everyone says like, oh, it'd be great if there was magazines that showed people how to make stuff. Well,
monthly.
Here's the way that folks can support it. So
it's the only maker magazine that I read every month.
Oh wow!
And
I
it's got a broad range. Yeah, from like electronics to lathes to you know, knitting. It's got a really nice broad range and like depth as well. Like I really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. I got to use that ticker twice.
Yeah.
All right, thanks everybody.
All right, thanks everybody, and you get a sticker if you want, but if you want that clue, that you probably want the clue. Yeah, drop me an email.
You're in the clue.
Yeah. All right.
We have a couple spares. All right, thanks everybody. It's wonderful show and tell. Ask Engineer starts in 2 minutes.
Yeah, thanks for being part of Show and Tell. It's our favorite half an hour every single week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, every single Wednesday. We've been doing this forever, and we'll continue to do it as long as we physically can. Ask an Engineer starts in 2 minutes.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.